Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We Talk Fights. We've got UFC Fight Night, JDM, Jack Della Maddalena against Carlos Prates, the Nightmare. We're going to kick it off with Cody Steele versus Dom Mar Fan. And just looking back at their fight record, I see that Dom Mar is susceptible to being subbed. And I think if Cody can get it to the ground, he can absolutely sub him. We should see improvement in Cody. He's in Vegas. You know, he's fairly new to MMA because he grappled for so long. So I think we should see some improvement by Cody. And I'm going to take Cody Steele. Second, we've got Jonathan McAuliffe versus Themba Gorimbo. I'm high on this McAuliffe kid. I think he's a really good fighter. And I just don't think Themba is as good as everybody thought he was going to be when he came into the UFC. So with that said, I got McAuliffe. Plus you got the hometown kid from Australia. So third, I'm actually going to go against the Australian, and I'm going to go Wes Schultz. I know he did get chinned recently, but Ben Johnson's coming out of retirement. He's only a 5-1 pro. They say he's a Muay Thai guy, but I see he's got a lot of subs on his record. But Wes Schultz is a wrestling-based fighter, and I think Wes can get it done. Now, next, I went back and forth on this fight. I'll be honest with you guys. I think if Vince Morales, I think he's almost 40 years old, right? He's 39. And these smaller guys, they lose that fast twitch. And they don't have the longevity that these light heavyweights and heavyweights do. So if it was a few years ago, I would probably take Morales. And I'll be honest with you, I will not be surprised if Vince wins this fight. But we should see vast improvements. Every time these young fighters, they get 6-8 months off. These young fighters that are new to the league, you should see vast improvements, especially with their like a Colby Thickness that trains at Bang Tao, trains in Thailand, trains with the Volk, the champ. So I think it'll be closer than a lot of people suspect it will be. I am going to take Colby in this one, but it won't surprise me if Vince subs him. Vince had Raul Rosas, who's a very good grappler, in a couple submissions that he couldn't finish. So it won't surprise me if Vince hits him with a Darce or an Anaconda and catches him with it. But I am going to go ahead and take Colby because, like I said, we should see vast improvements in these young fighters. And at 39 years old, you're not going to see a new and improved Vince Morales. Next, this is a no-brainer. You guys, if there's a lock on this card, I don't know what the odds are, but I would guess he's like minus 1,000. This is a slaughter. Jacob Malkoun, I'm sure he finishes him. Knockout, TKO, something like that. But GM3 should not be in the league anymore. So we're going Jacob Malkoun on that one. Next, I don't think anybody could care about this fight. Two of the lowest level of fighters in the UFC, Junior Tafa against Kevin Christian. This is who's better of the worst, right? I think Junior can catch him, and I think Junior Tafa wins that fight. Next, we got Cam Rouston against Robert Burchek, and I'm just really high on this Cam kid. I think Cam probably gets a finish. It won't surprise me if it's a unanimous decision, but I see it being a 30-27 or him getting the finish. Cam Rouston. Next, we got Tai Tuivasa against Louis Sutherland. I don't know who else besides like a Tony Ferguson or a Tai Tuivasa they would allow 6 straight losses and still be in the league. But Tai is absolutely fighting for his job and his career, and I think you'll see that in him. And I think Ty gets the win and keeps his job. I even think that if it's a very boring fight and it goes to like a 29-28, I could even see them cutting Ty. But I think if he can finish Louis, that he keeps his job and he gets another fight. Next, we got, this will be a good fight here. Shamil Gaziev versus Brando Maricic. Brando Maricic is from CKB. They're on a streak right now, you know, with Carlos winning the belt recently. And I don't know who's favorite here, but I'm going to go Brando to beat Gaziev. So I'll be honest with you guys, don't put a lot of stock in this because I don't know who this Ollie Schmidt kid is. I'm just picking this because I'm high on this Rahiki kid. I think he's very good. And I'm going to go Marwan Rahiki to beat Ollie Schmidt. So we got 3 left on the main card. We got Tim Elliott, Steve Erceg. I think if this is a younger Tim Elliott, if this is a prime Tim Elliott, he beats a prime Steve Erceg. I really do. But again, like Vince Morales, Tim Elliott's, I think he's either 40 or he's almost 40. For these smaller guys, that fast twitch is starting to go. And I'm going to take Steve Erceg because of that. Like I said, in their prime, I think Tim Elliott wins, but Tim Elliott is a couple years past his prime. So we've got the co-main event. Now, I think the lock on this prelim card is Jacob Malkoun. And I think the lock on this main card is the co-main event. They're literally sending Benny out to be slaughtered here. I'll be surprised if he gets past the first 60 seconds, the first minute, but I will be shocked if he makes it to round 2. Quinlan Salkiel for the finish. And for the main event, I'm going to go against the hometown boy, and I'm going to go the Nightmare. High on this Prates kid. I think he's very good. We should see improvements in him. And I could even see him finishing JDM. I could also see it being a war. But I could see him catching him, or I could see him winning a 48, 47, 49, 46, something like that. But I am going to go against the hometown guy, against the Australian, and I'm going to take Carlos the Nightmare Prates for the main event victory. If you guys like my channel, you like my picks, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. And if you are going to bet like we do, very responsibly. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. We play around with little $5 and $10 parlays, and that's all we do. We don't go crazy on our bets. So bet responsibly, have fun, enjoy the fights, and remember, they start at 2 a.m. Arizona time. So, all right, let's go. JTM versus Prates. Have fun.